Oh no, we suck again. we ready to tar and feather Laremy Tunsil and run him completely out of town, man. Let's talk about it.
Set, go.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
I was not expecting that, bro, at all.
You know that's the mood around the city, man. You know, and look, hey, Omar, Houston Texans fans are smart. Shout out to you guys. You know, we got smart fans. I think what's gonna happen, Omar. I don't know if our next game is a home game, bro, but but bruh, Laremy Tunsil is gonna hear from the crowd when he comes out of that tunnel, bro. There's no way that he's not going
right.
to.
Let me see.
So why you pulling that up, man? Obviously, hey, appreciate y'all being here. It's Bull Run Sports podcast channel. This is the podcast channel where we are preemptively recapping the Houston Texans historic Super Bowl run. My bad for laughing because I know people are like, you still claiming that shit after what we saw? Yeah.
One L, bro. Like seriously, are we that fickle?
Yeah.
Are we fickle as an organization and as a fan base?
Yeah, we got to relax, guys. Look, it can't get no worse than it did today, right? I mean, you know, it comes from one loss. All right, it's all good. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You know, we'll get back on the horse, big, and we'll talk about exactly why me and Omar both, why we're still encouraged that this team can clean these things up and get back on track, right? So we'll get into all of that, man. Obviously, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Y'all rock with us. You know, hey, if you're still fans of the Houston Texans, then you need to still be fans of us. All right, we're gonna be here with you through thick and thin. It's all good. All right,
relax. Aaron Rodgers says relax.
Everybody, RELAX, baby. Relax. But look, hey, that don't take away from the fact that we are pissed.
Oh yeah, bro.
To the highest of festivity,
the highest level of festivity,
dog. Let's just start out with the obvious, bro. Laremy Tunsil, man. What are we gonna do, bro? What are we gonna do?
You know, we were talking like towards the end of the game where, I mean, it was just we were at a point to where we weren't gonna win, right?
Yeah.
And you said, hey man, let's get CJ out of there. There's no point in risking any injury. Let's get Long Neck out there and let him do his thing. And I'm like, yes, let's get him out there so that hopefully he could put something good on film and maybe somebody will offer us a decent left tackle for him and we can make a trade.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what to do.
You said it. I didn't agree. You
didn't agree, but I mean, still, I right now, the way I'm feeling and with the way this has gone, you know, here's the thing, bro, is that Laremy Tunsil he's one of those guys that you looked, his faults weren't detrimental and you looked past them as long as we were winning, right? And winning tends to soften a lot of the things that are glaringly obvious.
Absolutely. That's in every aspect of life, right?
In any aspect of life, right?
Yeah.
And whenever you're winning, things like 2 false start penalties per game, like clockwork, right? Tends to get overlooked. It's like, all right, you know what? He got 2 false start penalties. Yeah, he may have stifled one of those penalties. Might have stifled a nice little drive that we had going on. But you know what? We won.
We still got the dub. Yeah.
And then we'll go. And then we go. We'll clean it up.
Yeah,
we'll clean it up, right? And it never gets cleaned up.
It doesn't.
And then it becomes an issue, right? The problem is, and this is something that we continue to say throughout the entire game, you and I, was there are no longer drive killers. His inability to play his position fundamentally correct is a game killer now.
Yep.
And today it became a game killer. This is a cancer that we should have taken care of at the beginning when we first saw it.
How do we give him chemo though, bro? Like what's
the thing, bro? That's the thing. You and I mean, you know, I've personally, you know, been through that entire chemo is destructive. You can't just chemo this, right? Like we require something very specific here. we have to. I don't know, man. The problem is that we brought him on to save us from this issue that we've always had, that our offensive line and our quarterbacks were just not getting any kind of protection.
Yeah. He's supposed to be. We talked about it before, right? We said, what is the most important position aside from the quarterback on a football team? And for a lot of people, would agree it's the left tackle.
Left tackle, yeah.
But left tackle is up there, in one of the highest ranking positions on the football team, one of the most important positions. And bruh, yes, for all intents and purposes, he protects CJ. He's one of the best at it. But dog, you hit it on the head when you come to talking about. I've just never seen an offensive tackle single-handedly cost a football team a game.
Lose you a game.
That's what happened today. Make no mistake. Okay, I know. Look, a lot of the things that we're talking about, a lot of the talking points, guys, if y'all check this out on our live stream, you'll kind of hear us rehash some things. We were completely unhinged in the live chat. So if y'all want to go back and look at that, look at our completely drunken reaction to this game and upset, pissed off reaction, you'll get some laughs off of that. You can go back and check that out, man. That's part of our catalog. But this is supposed to be our sober reaction right now,
right.
For our 6 a.m. drop.
It's not much different.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how sober I am, Omar. I'm still pissed. I'm still ready to sell Laremy Tunsil for a quarter. But yo, yeah, man. It's I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say about Tunsil, bro. He's good at what he does, right?
When he can do it.
When he could, this is a guy that sets the market, Omar, at the left tackle position. He demands all this money. I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but he kills us when it comes to taking money out of the Texas bank. But now he's costing us games.
Yeah,
and if he's not costing us games, it's the most unopportune time for him to get these flags. And look, guys, like I say, smart fans, guys watching us right now, y'all seen it. Ever since he's got here to this organization, it's been
a running joke.
It was not a joke anymore. It's not fucking funny anymore.
It's not funny anymore. Yeah.
It's not funny at all.
It was a running. That is a perfect way to describe Laremy Tunsil's career here at the Houston Texans. Is that he did everything in a spectacular fashion, except for one thing, that there was this little running joke that he gets a couple of false start penalties every game. And when you heard false start offense number 7, you already knew he were going to say number 78. You just knew it, right?
Yeah.
And you expected it a couple of times to go, oh, Laremy, God, all right, okay, let's get it together, buddy. All right. And then, maybe in the third quarter, you get another one. There he goes again. Fucking Tunsil, man. What are you going to do? This time,
bro,
completely fucked us.
From the very start of the game, first fucking play, big play. Hey, guess what? Bring it on back. Then guess what? You're in a down and distance, all ready to start the game. Interception, uncharacteristic interception from CJ. But that wouldn't have happened if you didn't have the penalty on Tunsil, and it just continue throughout the entirety of the game. And we can never get our footing. And when there were big plays, man, there'd be big plays to Tank Dell down the middle of the field. Guess what? Bring it on back. It's disheartening, man. But I will say, and I got a little frustrated in our live stream because there was a Minnesota fan, obviously, trolling, right? And you come on, you talk your shit, right? When your team wins, that's all fine and dandy. And I will admit, I let his trolling get the best of me, man. We admit it all throughout the live stream. Dog, we're taking our L graciously. We're on here. We're talking our shit. We know the things that cost us the game. It's not just Tunsil, right? I mean, it's sloppy play. We had sloppy play against the Bears, but we escaped with the win. This one was just sloppy all around, and we didn't play well. We didn't play well at all. But his thing was he was trying to get us to admit that we were outmatched. In no way, form, or fashion were we outmatched. We were outplayed, absolutely. But man, Minnesota knows their game plan was to go in there and beat a better team. In their house, which, you're supposed to take care of your home, right? But they knew that they needed to beat a better team. Like, apples to apples, bro, we got the better squad.
We have
you know
the
what
better,
I'm saying?
absolutely.
And we, on top of them playing a phenomenal game, they played the fundamental game that they needed to play, right? With the horses that they do have. Hell, they were missing a bunch of guys, right?
Right.
The team that they put on the field today was not better than our Houston Texans team. I mean,
Correct.
It's not me being a homer. That's not me being like, oh my God, that's my team. I'm talking about. No, it's just fucking facts. We were the better team, but we got outplayed. We got out schemed. We got out coached. We got out everything.
Yeah.
But they are not a better team than us.
And we also shot ourselves in our foot.
Yeah.
Excessively.
Excessively.
Right? Like excessively. Yeah. And one of the stats that stood out to me when I was looking at it, I think last week's game we ended up having, I think it was here. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was. Right. It was 12 penalties for 115 yards. And then this week it was 11 penalties, only one penalty less for only 88 yards. And one of the things I said in our live stream is that if you look at that stat alone, it doesn't tell you that penalties is what absolutely killed us, right?
Yeah.
Because each one of those 8 penalties, 3 of them that came back to back to back. Actually, I think it was 4 of them, which came back to back to back to back. 3 of them belonging to Laremy Tunsil, 1 of them belonging to Juice Scruggs, which I've never heard that call being called of the lifting the head up too fast. That one was kind of weird. I'm not going to front. That one was a little weird. But 4 of those penalties came back to back to back to back. And the other 2 stifled really big plays that would have, it was a drive that was destined for a score, right?
Yeah.
So 2 of those penalties took 14 points off of the board. And then the other one was just completely a demoralizing event that happened when you get 4 penalties against your offense. We went from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 20.
Yeah, egregious, bro. Egregious. That's how you lose a football game, man.
Yeah.
It's inexcusable. Inexcusable, sloppy play. Just football 101. Like I say, Minnesota played a fundamentally sound game. Yep. And we were out of the game from the very beginning, man. We play a fundamental game. We're in the game, and it just snowballed. It just got so out of hand, man.
No turnover. Look, listen. Again, hats off to Minnesota. No turnovers, no fumbles, no interceptions. 4 touchdowns by Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean,
talk about we couldn't get no pressure on him, man. I mean, the beginning part of the game, while it was still like somewhat in grasp, right? When we needed to make the plays to get after him, man, we just couldn't. They had so much time to throw. Jefferson was able to do what Justin Jefferson does, which is get open.
Right.
Come on now. There's no way a secondary can hold Justin Jefferson in coverage. Like, you have to depend on your front guys to get pressure in order to help the back guys out. And that just was not happening, man.
It was not happening. And which is a great segue into Justin Jefferson. You and I have been singing his praises. The best running back in the league at the moment. I mean, sorry, the best wide receiver in the league at the moment. The kid is going to eat. We said this in our preview, right? He's going to eat. You can't stop Justin Jefferson from making catches and making plays. The best that you can hope for is to hold him to a touchdown or 2. That's your best hope.
Hold him under 100 yards, a touchdown. That's
under 100 yards and under a touchdown or 2, right? And the problem is that we didn't do anything to even remotely. It almost seemed like we didn't game plan for him almost at all. Like we didn't do anything specifically to try and take away Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings. Because I swear to you, there wasn't, I don't know how many plays we ran. I mean, 30 minutes, 29 minutes, 30 minutes time of possession for the Vikings. I don't think that we at any point during the game pressured Justin Jefferson within the first 15 yards at all. Within the first 10 yards.
Yeah,
within the first 10 yards, he ran routes untouched and uncovered. And it was just 10 yard in it, just 10-yard dumps every time. He
could have ran that 10-yard slant the entire game. And they just did not adjust at all. You know, it's like you would think after a while, it's like, okay, Justin Jefferson's open every play. Every play.
Yeah, every play. Yeah.
Run something different. Like do some scheme up something different to stop this man. I mean, it was like clockwork, bro. I mean, you know, and oh man, D'Amico got his work cut out for him, man. You know, as much as we sing his praises and well-deserved praises, right? Like D'Amico's a hell of a coach, great guy, came in, changed his culture. And like I say, all this stuff we can clean up, right? But just like we get a praise, man, we got to dish out the criticism, you know, and it's time for him to not only address that defense and clean those things up, but bro, he got to have an extremely tough conversation and make some extremely tough decisions when it comes to Laremy Tunsil, which I don't know what it is. At this point right now, like I say, this is supposed to be our sober reaction, but I'm still fired up. Dog, you got to embarrass this man, bro. You got to embarrass him.
30 years old. He ain't no spring chicken.
You got to embarrass him, Omar. Man, look, nothing more embarrassing than saying, look, we're going to get a rookie a shot, bro. Let's bring in Blake Fisher, you know, let him run some left tackle and just say, hey, we know you're great. We know you're phenomenal when you play fundamental ball. But what we need right now at this present moment with the team that we have and with our window of opportunity to be a contender, we just need fundamental ball. So until you can get your shit together, ride this pine, big dog. You a dog. You a dog on the bench, though, player.
Yeah.
You know, I Tunsil talking shit.
He's
be a dog on that bench.
13th. Okay, yeah. So 2016. Drafted in 2016. No spring chicken.
It's not about that, bro. He's physically in his peak, man. He's in his prime. He's supposed to be balling right now, bro. It's just mental. You know, I know.
So, man.
What's up?
I think so. I think it's mental.
You got to clean it up, man. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't play offensive tackle. You know, I'm not an athlete out there like that. You know, so a lot of the stuff that we're saying, we don't know how to fix it. We don't know what the answers are, but we know it's costing us fucking games. You know, and D'Amico Ryans knows that. Everyone in the Texans organization, hell, Laremy Tunsil knows it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's got to be. It's not a negotiable thing. It's got to be cleaned up, or you're not going to play. You can't. How many penalties did he have solely? Five right?
Total. 5 total. Yeah.
Yeah. That's game changing. Obviously, we got our ass beat because of him. It has to change. It has to change.
3 consecutive false starts, going from a 3rd and 4 on the Vikings 25 to a 3rd and 19 at the Vikings 40.
Nuts, bro.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. You guys, y'all watch the game. I know the feelings are low, but I will still say, even with all that being the case, it's not time to panic. You know, this team can turn. CJ Stroud even said it in his post game conference, man. You know, obviously the score indicates a bloodbath, and it looks like we just got beat up and down the field, which, hey, look, we did. But he knows just as well as we do that, man, you just fix certain things, tweak it within our team, within our organization, man, we'll get back on track. You know, it's just that simple. You know, scores can get completely out of hand. It can snowball on you. You know, when you play sloppy like that, man, especially you turn the ball over, you know, like I say, but also we know that's not indicative of CJ Stroud. Now, if this was Dak Prescott, I'd be like, man, this no effect ain't gonna ever change. You know, like this who he is, you know, and we got to deal with it. We got to try to win in spite of those things. But we know that's not who CJ Stroud is. That's flukish. That's something that he's not going to typically do.
Right.
So,
right.
It happened here, week 3. We'll clean it up.
You know, here's the thing. The other thing too, bro. We didn't predict 17-0, right?
Of course not. Yeah.
We just didn't. We knew that we were going to take some L's, and you know the road to the Super Bowl is not going to be an easy one. We never said it was going to be. Did I expect Laremy Tunsil to have 3 offensive penalties back to back?
No, man.
In a particular game? No. I mean, that's a new level of That's a whole new level of bad. I mean, at this point, we're not even talking about. It's almost like everything that he's done before. We've kind of overlooked it without realizing how bad it actually was. And now I'm realizing that Laremy Tunsil is not a good offensive tackle. And I know that sounds like a very simplistic thing to say, but one of the prerequisites of being able to do your job exceedingly well as an offensive tackle is to actually be able to do your job as an offensive tackle, right? Which starts with not fucking moving until the goddamn ball is hiked. That's like you said, bro. It's like fundamental football.
That's it.
You can't be great,
bro.
You can't be great if you can't get the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like having the most accurate and phenomenal quarterback that's ever lived, that's ever thrown a ball. Every pass is just tight spiral on the money. But guess what? You can't catch the snap.
Yeah, exactly.
So what does it matter if he's the best
matter.
quarterback in the world? You can't do the simple fucking thing of getting even starting to play. So it's not like I hate to spend the entire episode shitting on Laremy Tunsil, you know, and I'm sure there's people out there that's like, oh man, y'all being way too hard on him. He is the best left tackle in the league. He'll clean up, blah, blah, blah. Hey, he's consistently done this shit, you know. Every game, there's at least 2 of these false start penalties that are drive killers. Almost cost us the Indy game. Almost cost us the Bears game.
Almost cost us all the games.
All the games. All the games. I mean, it's not an exaggeration. Please go back and look. If you don't believe
I know. But we won both of those games. We managed to pull it out, right? And so because of that, it was like, again, like I said, oh, Tunsil, you know, that's our boy. What are you gonna do? You know, it's like okay, whatever. You know what I mean? But fucking hell, man. It's almost like we've been just waiting for the bubble to burst, you know, on Laremy Tunsil, and it fucking exploded today. And
it did, man. It can't be understated. I mean, it's obviously, man, there was so many reasons why we lost this game, but that's the big glaring fucking Laremy Tunsil size thing in the room that indicates that. Of why we lost.
In our live stream, we had somebody mention that Bobby Slowick wasn't prepared.
Yeah,
I thought that was an interesting take. Just because you know we've obviously been singing Bobby's praises, right? He's
well-deserved praises, right?
Well-deserved praises, yes, exactly. But there's an argument, and I said this during the live stream. I'm like, I don't think I've ever been inclined to agree with a negative comment towards Bobby Slowick until now, but still just inclined to agree with it. What are your thoughts on that? As far as him being unprepared, I don't think that was necessarily a fair assessment, but I'm willing to hear out the point. I don't know.
Well, we'd have to ask that commenter, right? Because like I say, man, right now this is our overreaction time. You know, we're Monday morning quarterbacking right now, saying, "Oh man, we fixed all this shit." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look,
we're not gonna panic, but we're gonna talk some shit.
We're gonna talk shit. You know, hey, that's what happens. Everybody has an off game. Everyone has an off day, right? And I mean, you could say, yeah, Slowick had an off day. Slowick had a bad game. Slowick didn't prepare. Blah 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 blah. But bro, the entirety of the offense was just stifled, you know. Yeah. And I hate to bring it back to our previous point, but dog, when you can't get off the blocks, the running blocks, what do you expect the offense to look like? You know, when you have a 1st and 10, all of a sudden, oh nope, 1st and 15, or 3rd and 4, that's oh shit, all of a sudden the 3rd and 20. What do you expect the offense to look like? So you can't put it all on Bobby, you know. So I don't know. That's a tough one, man. You got to put an asterisk by this game. You know, some of the first down play calls could be a little different, man. You know, get us in a favorable position to get some stuff going on these drives, man. But you know, I don't know, man. I think it's just gonna be honestly, Omar, a lot of this stuff is going to be real nitpicky, bro. This was just the ass beating, just a curb stomping from Minnesota. I almost just want to throw the game tape away and just move on to Jacksonville.
Really? You want to throw the game tape away?
Just throw it. But what the fuck you going to look at, bro? The false starts, the sloppy play. I mean, what are we taking away from this one? You know, it was just a bad day. You know, one of the things that I heard from the guys in the press conferences, man, is that the thing was they didn't play hard. They didn't feel like they played hard enough. I think that some of these Texans players, even the coaches, everybody, have been drinking the Kool-Aid, man, drinking the hype of motherfuckers that have podcasts dedicated to them winning the Super Bowl and the national media making them.
Wait a second, is it our fault, bro? Oh. Are we hyping them up too much? I mean, so you're saying this is a trap game that we didn't expect to be a trap game?
It's hard to call it a trap game because I mean this is a 2-0 team. They're a good team.
Right.
A trap game is like when you lose against motherfuckers you had no business losing against. Right. Like this one, we knew we were coming. At least as us fans, we knew we were coming into a tough game against a worthy opponent. They didn't see it like that, you know. And this is from the players' mouth, man. The players are saying they didn't play hard enough. Yeah. So.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say anything else after that, right? I mean, when the squad's literally going, listen, man, we didn't have our hearts in it. It's like, wait a second, man. You know, it's like, all right, I'll give you one of those, right? Let's not have another one of those games. I mean, but you know what? You brought up another stat also during our live stream where you said that we've never beaten Minnesota at home. Never have we beaten Minnesota at home.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to look at when those games were played. Obviously, Minnesota's a cold weather city. Right. I think they recently got that new stadium, which, hey, that stadium is nice as hell, bro. Right. They showed it. Yeah. Now it's enclosed. I don't know if it's always been an enclosed stadium, but anyway, you know, when you play a cold weather team, us playing, you know, most of the time in hell, it's a change of climate, you know, and it's gonna be rough, and that's. You know, somebody brought it up, you know, in our live chat. They were saying, look, man, we got to keep our foot on the gas, try to win as many of these regular season games that we can, because the thing that we need to avoid is having to play like a Kansas City or Baltimore in their home because of the climate. And we need that home field advantage going into the playoffs. We want to try to get the number one seed. So yeah, taking these kind of L's, it's tough. To get that done, to get that rocking. So those previous losses to Minnesota, like I say, I would think that maybe they were later on in the year. We're having to play them in the cold weather. I was thinking that since we play them, you know, here early September or, you know, into September when it's still relatively nice weather, I mean, we might be able to go out there and take one from them. Especially with all the injuries, everything they had. So
Colts 1-1 last minute. Old Sassy Pants couldn't keep it. Can't do shit right, bro. Can't help us out and give the Colts. Bro, the Colts, they may not be the team we thought they were, man. They don't look as good. I've said all throughout the offseason, the Colts are the team that we have to be worried about. And bro, they defense look leaky as shit, bro. They giving up yards on the ground, man. It's atrocious. I mean, they got beat by the Packers, who had Malik Willis at quarterback, bro. I mean, there's no threat. I mean, it's even less of a threat of a passer than Anthony Richardson. You know, Malik Willis is terrible. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm with you, bro. Let's ball up the tape and throw it away.
Let's throw it away, man.
On Jacksonville.
Speaking of the Jags, they still have to face the Bills Monday night, tomorrow night, man. You know, we think for sure that's going to be an L, right? Because the Bills actually look really good, man. You know, Steph at all is they balling. So
right,
it's coming out of this week. It should be Indy with one win, and Texans still obviously atop the division.
2-1.
We gotta keep our foot on the gas, man. If you want to keep going around the horns real quick, like I said, we had our division talk. We're still on top of the division, 2-1. Indy 1-2. Rest of the division with a goose egg so far, and most likely will remain. it's always a good week when the Cowboys lose, bro. I know they're
Yes,
not in our
bro.
division, but
That game
hey,
was hilarious.
we some haters, dog. And
Yeah.
you know, fuck the
Listen,
Cowboys.
I hate the way Laremy Tunsil played today. I absolutely hate the Cowboys more. So, I'm glad they took that L. That was great.
I am. Yeah, that gives a little bit of a cushion, right? It's like this is a terrible week for us as Texans, but it's like, the Cowboys lost. It's not a complete loss.
Yeah. And the way they lost was hilarious too.
At home. I mean, it's always great when those fans get a dose of reality that their team ain't that great.
That's what happens, when you're owner / GM, measuring up your players.
Dog.
Sizes of their pieces.
So look, guys, if you have no idea what we're talking about, please do yourself a favor.
Google it.
Hop on social media anywhere you can. Just type in Jerry Jones, Jamie Foxx, Instagram Live. Bro, so when I first saw it, I didn't know, is it more gay or is it more slave auction-y talk, bro?
Yeah. Plantation owner talk.
Yeah. Bro, he's completely given the measurables of the players. Like, him and Jamie Foxx are sitting kind of in the stands and they're looking down at the players practicing. And Jerry Jones is like, oh, yeah, man, he's 6'8".
He's 200 pounds. Running for, yeah.
Yeah, what do you say? With an 8-inch stick. Bro, we're not making this shit up.
Hey, Jamie cut that live stream off quick, too, boy. He was like, look on his face. He said,
dog,
got off that joke quick.
What did you think, bro? Jamie out there playing Django, bro. Like,
hey, listen. So Jamie, if you don't know, he's from Tyler, Texas, which is like a stone throw away from Dallas metro area. So he's I think he is admittedly a Cowboys fan. So can you imagine for him to be there at the play? He probably knows Jerry Jones really well.
Yeah,
they're talking. Obviously, I don't think Jerry knew he was on Instagram Live.
No,
and he just.
But my question is, Omar, he's talking freely. This is the way that he knows he can talk to Jamie Foxx. These are conversations that are normal to have in Jerry Jones's mind with Jamie Foxx. He's probably had these conversations a million times. It's like, okay, this is fine. This is our banter. Jamie ain't off the hook for this shit, bro.
No, you're right. I didn't even think about that part of it. I just thought how wild it was that he was up there rattling off stats, and that just happens to be one of the stats that he knows, right? First of all, Jerry, I want to know how do you know that stat, right? I mean, it's like, what are we doing here, bro?
Oh, this is the gayest team in America, bro.
Oh my God! First you had Dak, and Zeke, Zeke walking around tooting it up, and Dak smacking him on the butt. And then now this is like, what's going on over there? You know what I mean? Like, is Puff Daddy leading these retreats for them? These team building retreats for the Dallas Cowboys. What's going on, man?
I know Jerry Johnson been to a Diddy party, bro.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, he's
I even go a step further. He was, he's been on that Epstein Island a couple of times.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. I wouldn't put it past him, bro. He's old money, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
This
old oil. Didn't he make his money in oil and gas? Wasn't he natural resources or some shit like that? I don't know.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, you gotta figure that's the case, man. It's wild, bro. Dog, the Panthers, they benched your boy, and Dalton came in and balled out.
Admittedly, I got Chuba on my bench, which was horrible, by the way, for this week to do that.
Yeah,
because he's a new team.
That shows how terrible Bryce Young actually was, right? Because that Raiders team, they had just beat Baltimore the previous week, and then they go in, face a new quarterback in Andy Dalton, and get beat, right? So one of the things I don't think we mentioned it last week, man, the speculation was, why is like Bryce Young playing so bad? Did his girl cheat on him or something? And sure enough,
yes,
she did. Mr. Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey from the where's he at? Is he
I think
76?
Philly, right?
Nah, he's 76. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That'll do
Yeah,
it, bro. He was in his fields, dog. I mean, there's no excuse. You're a professional ball player. You got to go out there and ball. You know, you can't let that stuff affect you, man. But and I'm not giving him an out with that. He was trash before that happened, right? So that's probably why she did it. She's like, I want to be with a nigga that can actually ball, you know.
Here it is right here. Bryce Young, Myra Gordon, seen with Tyrese Maxey at a Eagles game.
Did they go to one of his games?
That is great.
They go watch him play in the stands. That would be some shit, right?
And then with him the very next day, not too much after that.
These hoes ain't loyal, bro.
Bro, I tell you what. Not a bad looking chick though.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, if you're into thin crust pizza, I guess.
I ain't into unloyalty, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you been bad as shit in the world. You got to get around.
Yeah, man. Crazy stuff, bro. We don't. There's, we took an L. What are we gonna do? We took an L from a good team, seemingly a good team. They're on a hell of a run. They just got finished beating 49ers, which are also a hell of a team.
Yep.
They had the advantage of seeing, defensive schemes that are very similar, ran under the same systems back to back. They have a hell of a quarterback. They got the #1 receiver in the NFL. They seemingly got one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL right now. And they put it on us. And then on top of all of that, which are accolades that are towards Minnesota, we shot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Which didn't help because you and I both predicted, I think, losing or winning by a field goal.
It was gonna be close,
right? I mean,
yeah, we predicted it would be close. It ended up obviously not being.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got smoked. I don't think we were predicting fucking Laremy Tunsil 5 false start penalties on his own. But
and hey, sadly, you guys watching, man, Laremy Tunsil screwed y'all over on the possibility of winning a shirt from us, man, because we were absolutely ready to get a shirt out to you guys. If you don't know what we're talking about, man, what we doing, what we're gonna continue to do each and every week is you predict the score. If you predict the score correctly in our preview video that we put out on Fridays going into the game on Sunday, hey, we're gonna send you out an absolute free shirt, man, from our merch shop, our Bull Run Sports shop.
Right.
And check that out at bullrunsports.com, or check it out right there in the description, man. You can click on the shirts, you can see the merch, go right to it. Got some good stuff. But look, hey, we took the L this week. Nobody predicted this score. Nobody.
Yeah,
right. But look,
I don't think anybody had us at 7. That's that was the major thing. Nobody had us at 7. So
nah, man. But look, hey, you didn't get a chance to win, but what you can do, just go check one out, man, and grab one so you can have your merch on for the next game. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Just spend a couple bucks, man. It helps support the channel, helps validate what we're doing to our wives, so that they don't just think we out there fucking around.
27. Yeah, everybody was 20s, over under 40. Nobody predicted that we were going to be 10 points. 28-17, 24-20, 27-17.
If the score was guessed right, it definitely wasn't for the Texans on the end of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit don't count. Don't be like, oh, I predicted the score right. No, you said Texans would get the dub. So.
Speaking of which, I need to figure, because I think you and I think we switched over, because we ended up coming up to the studio like with maybe 2 or 3 minutes left in the game, 3 or 4 minutes left in the game, so that we could be ready for the live stream. I think they ended up scoring another touchdown, right? Because it was.
I think it may have been a field goal or something, man. But yeah, either way, a loss is a loss. But we're gonna get up out of here, man. We'll see y'all next time. Obviously, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all the YouTube things,
all the YouTube stuff. Yep. And we'll catch you guys. We'll catch you guys on the next video, and hopefully on to the Jaguars. Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.